To our very first story, the Tourism Ministry has temporarily closed down the Kintampo waterfalls until further notice. The Sector Minister, Kintampo, says her ministry will conduct a safety audit at the facility and at all other tourist attraction sites across the country in order to forestall future tragic occurrences. Kintampo was in the company of Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumi and other state officials when they visited the Kintampo Municipal Hospital to sympathize with the survivors of the Kintampo waterfall disaster. Nesta Kafiajoma reports.
The tourism minister was accompanied by the Bonafo Regional Minister, Kweku Chireme, and other officials from the Ministry of Tourism. Catherine Apeku said the Kintampo disaster comes as a big blow, even as government wants to make tourism one of the key sectors of accelerated development.
We need to go there to give these young men and women, our fallen heroes, that spirit of recognition that in their quest to see what is beautiful and what is nice about Ghana, they've met their untimely death. It will also give us an opportunity to fix. We are going to institute a safety audit across all tourism facilities in the nation. Find a way to link up with meteorological service. I was just informed by the commander that their office is in Tsunami. So we collaborate with our colleague here to ensure that they may, if possible, have a district office. Because with this edifice here, the waterfalls, the weather plays a very big role in ensuring the traffic to the site.
Bonafo Regional Minister Kweku Chireme discouraged the discourse around the blame game, especially reasons why the students went to the Kintampo waterfalls, which they say is not a place of studies.
Geography students, yeah, we feel law and normal part. Indeed, geography students, when you go to the falls, you want to learn something out of it. It is a particular edifice. Every geography student will want to visit and then learn something out of it.
The tourism minister was later joined by the Vice President Dr. Baumia and other ministers to visit some of the bereaved families at Kintampo and Wenchi.
Meanwhile, the prophet who prophesied about the Kintampo Falls tragedy a week before it happened has debunked rumors he did so to gain fame. General Overseer of God's Crown Chapel in Kumasi, Prophet Randolph Odro-JB, foretold the incident which claimed the lives of 19 students. In a video which has since gone viral on social media, he asked that the trip to the tourist site by the students be stopped. Though many are shocked about the exact happening in his prophecy, others believe he is seeking attention. But Prophet Randolph Odro-JB tells Love News he only conveyed a message from God.
I just spoke the message out. And God said, the person who is online, I hated that place very well. I hated it well. I hated that place well. And it was repeated severally. Even after the program, it was repeated severally on that FM station, seriously speaking. And so I don't know. You see, this is kind of a spiritual thing that when it comes to demonic workings and all that, the enemy is very funny and very cunning in so many ways that when such prophecy comes, he makes sure that even the one who needs to carry the message, either the person will forget it or the person will take it serious or something of that sort. So it was a direct message. The person should tell them they should stop. Okay, so it was kind of, I have received the message, I've given it to, it's like a baton. I've received it and I've given it to someone to carry it and go. So if the person dropped the baton on the way, it's not my fault. And I feel very sorry and I'm very sad that the person couldn't carry the message and send it across. For those children that are dead, I'm telling you, presidents are in, lawyers are in, doctors are in, people like you are in, that are going to represent us when we die and we are gone. Major prophets are in, and this incident had happened. On a more serious note, I'm not a local preacher, I'm an international preacher. I've sat with dignitaries, men of God, great people in high authorities, presidents. I've sat with them. And there is one of these African countries ago, I received a pure presidential movement alongside everywhere that I move. I'm not prophesying for fame. What is fame? Who gives fame? God gives fame. And at the end of the fame that God gives, it ends on the earth. My main purpose is the crown that I'll get from heaven. That is my main purpose. Fame on this earth is nothing. Fame on this earth is nothing. I'm telling you. What happens is we have to pray. We don't have to sit down. We have to still pray. Because the one who is after us have not sat down. He's not sitting. He's still looking after us. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, the Bible says he is moving around seeking for whom to devour. John chapter 10 verse 10, Jesus called him the thief. He came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. This guy, he never watched that. He never watched that. He's still looking for another big one to hit Ghana. And we have to pray. We don't have to take this as a joke.
To another tragic incident, a 14-year-old girl is battling life-threatening complications after 5 men defiled and attempted killing her at the Nkoko New Lorry Station. Her assailant squeezed her neck after the act until she became unconscious and dumped her in a stream. The girl, a school dropout, survived with walking difficulties and has since been bleeding. Meanwhile, the Nkoko Divisional Command has arrested 2 suspects who have confessed to the crime but are pleading for leniency. Ohiming Terry has more in this report.
Police have arrested 25-year-old cobbler and ex-convict Yapreko, as well as a driver's mate Mohammed Adamu in connection with the case. Police have also launched a manhunt for 3 other accomplices identified as Junior, Audu and Safo. Both Adamu and Preko have been speaking to Asia News few days after an Nkoko Magistrate Court remanded them into police custody on defilement and conspiracy to commit crime charges. Despite the 2 pleading for leniency, they say they were never satisfied sexually from that incident. The 2 suspects narrated a plan to kill their victim and dump her body in the Trado stream.
I was attending to nature school at the news station. The people were already in the act near the river, and I joined them. It was this man who asked me to kill her after the sexual act. Though I resisted initially, I strangled her until she became unconscious and left her in the stream. I was not the last person to have sex with her. I was in fact the third. I remember the girl pleading with us to stop, but we didn't stop. But immediately I finished my turn, I left her with the other boys. I can't really tell how many minutes I spent with her. Honestly, I wish I had another chance because I was not satisfied.
I did not experience ejaculation during the encounter, so I did not enjoy it fully. It's because the guys joined in whilst I was in the act.
The victim was, however, saved by a good Samaritan. Doctors at the Holy Family Hospital treated and administered some HIV, pregnancy, and hepatitis preventive treatment. They say the victim's hymen was absent. Her grandmother has been looking for support to treat other complications arising from the incident. She tells Insura News her daughter's condition keeps deteriorating.
She keeps bleeding profusely from her private parts. She complains of abdominal and stomach pains all the time. For some time now, she has not been eating. Please give us forms to be sent to the hospital, but that is not enough.
Police my forms, all my forms, no, they call hospital. Or who name and
Really sad news there. Well, a dilapidated 40-year-old classroom block, which Love News shed light on recently, has collapsed in what could have been a tragedy if school was in session at the PSKMA primary school in the Asante Mampong municipality. The warning bell started sounding 5 years ago when one child narrowly escaped death when part of the structure, which houses primary 1 to 6, fell off while classes was in session. The whole structure collapsed on Sunday, forcing school authorities to hold classes under trees. Authorities say they will have to close the school on a cloudy day. Love FM's Erastus Asaridonko highlighted the plight of the children last month and has paid another visit to the school.
On my first visit to the Patase Sisiase Kokobin PSK MA Primary School, I learned a collapsed part of the classroom block nearly killed this boy.
Well, he says he leaned against the wall that day and then it came tumbling down. But
pupils were still sitting under the dilapidated mud brick structure with visible cracks all over. After a stormy night on Sunday, the whole structure collapsed in what could have been a tragedy if classes were in session. Some of the pupils feel saved by God.
Today we come to school and I saw that the structure has broken. I feel that when we are in that time when it has collapsed and we are learning, it can kill some people, but God has saved us. The time the structure broken, nobody was here learning.
Still to come in this bulletin, post-harvest losses cost Ghana nearly $400 million in revenue yearly. We'll be telling you more about this story when we come back.